The backlog of child sex abuse cases increased by 70% throughout the course of the pandemic. That's according to the Ministry of Justice. Children's charity NSPCC's Freedom of Information request revealed the number of outstanding cases increased from almost 2,700 to over 4,500 between 2020 and 2021.
Yeah, well, some of this spike is due to lockdown court closures, but the charities say it does fall against a backdrop of reduced funding over the years as well. And joining us now is Marilyn Hawes, founder and CEO of the charity Freedom from Abuse. Thanks for joining us again, Marilyn. Always fantastic to have you on the show, although, of course, we always end up talking about a very depressing topic, don't we? But, look, what is actually going on here, then? Is it down to court closures? Is it down to reduced police funding? What's been going on? Or more offenders, I suppose?
It's down to everything, quite honestly. There's never any urgency about child sexual abuse. There's never a real understanding of when you disclose, when you report, the tension and the stress and the trauma that you revisit is huge. So when you think of these very, which don't mean anything, they're meaningless really when you think about it. Every child matters. Well, they do to me, they do to you, but do they really to the people that come up with this? Or what's the other one they come up with? Oh, the voice of the child must be heard. Well, wouldn't it be nice if they were? You know, it's just nonsense. It's nonsense. Then you have the problem. I mean, getting it to court is amazing, but you've got a complete disconnect between Crown Prosecution Services, the police, and social services. There's no streamline there, so things are falling down the crack. Yes, it is funding. Yes, it's lack of police. Some police officers are not even trained on child protection and anything like this until they've been in the police 2 years. The training, I don't think, is relevant. They don't understand. It's about educating people in a proper manner that makes them address the trauma. And also, when you've got children, we have cases that come our way where children and teenagers, even adults, are really, really stressed, having had the courage to disclose, and then they're in trauma and they need therapy. Then they're told, well, they can't have therapy because that might disrupt and distort the case. It is amazing how more people don't commit suicide, quite honestly, because they're left hung out to dry.
Yeah, but my understanding of this, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that people are being, in the most part anyway, arrested, prosecuted, or charged, should say, but it's taking a very long time for those things to get to court. Is that right? Or is there is also an issue with the amount of people just being investigated in the first place, is there?
Well, the thing is, I mean, it can take, to do an investigation properly, so say if I was to disclose today and I get the child protection police round, I don't think it can take 2.5 years for that investigation, because what it is like, it's like peeling back the skin of an onion so that they actually reach out and try and interview as many people as possible. Then they've got to get it to Crown Prosecution, and they are only interested in beyond reasonable doubt. So I know with our case, when it was my own children, we were dealing with it. It took over 2 years for the investigation to come. Then we go, oh, we're going to arrest him tomorrow or the next day. Oh, no, Crown Prosecution wants something else. Oh, so you're up and down like this, like a wave machine. It's absolutely horrendous. And then it's, oh, well, no, we've now got to wait another 2 months. We've got some more investigations to do. And that can go on for another 8 or 9 months. And meanwhile, I mean, we got to the stage as a family where we thought we're just going to pull out because our nerve endings were so frazzled we couldn't cope. And we had no help. We had no help. And we were pushing the police all the time. What is the problem? What's going on? No one keeps you informed. You're just another file on someone's inbox.